Yo, you know who it is. It's your brother. Home now. Time for me to fuel up. So, let's reflect a little bit on making sure that you make no enemies in your dialogue. When you're conversing with someone who is or deem themselves, or perhaps you accredit them as being a scholar of whatever the thing to remember is that if they are a true scholar of making sure that everything they have within, or that they are seeking to have, is more factual than anything else, then they won't have an issue with an idea that they haven't pondered on yet when you bring it up. So let's say that you can expound on something that they mentioned, or that they stated. If you say something, or if you bring something up that is credible, truthful, factual, then it's gonna resonate with them to some degree. All right, so so we're not worrying about those individuals. Those individuals they're good. They're good. They're not they ain't out here playing it. You know, they're in it. But you also have, all right now, you also have those who I don't know who that was. You also have those who just wish to be right about everything, and most of the time they're not right about half of anything that they're discussing. And that's not a shot at them. It's just, you know, in order to have any type of to gain any type of credible wisdom, because you do have foolish wisdom. That is a thing. That's like somebody taking face value of a sentiment just because the sentiment, the two words in it rhyme. Like, yeah, that's foolish wisdom. It may not even be correct, but it sounds great to the ears. You know, that's out there. But to get to the point, it will do you no justice. Not that you're seeking it, but it will bring you no avail to correct them in whatever they're wrong in. Because all it's going to do is going to make them hate you, or be more aggressive, and they'll harden their heart. They'll shut down in trying to hear anything else that you have to say. And when you hear it, first of all, you probably shouldn't even be speaking with them anyway about anything that's pertaining to anything in the script that's worth anything. You know, for obvious reasons. For obvious reasons, you shouldn't even be really discussing anything serious with them unless they ask. Now, if they ask and you tell them and they still don't want to hear it, then hey, that's on them. After that, you just don't say anything else about it, because you gave them what they asked for. They don't accept it, and they just don't accept it. That has nothing to do with you. Nothing at all to do with you. A person who is truly wise, they don't take offense to being corrected. You know, sometimes you can attach your ego or yourself, your identity, to that in which you feel like you know. So much so that you can't accept anything outside of that, because what it does is it's attacking your identity. Not really, but to you it is. Like inwardly, it's attacking your identity. That's why there's an issue with being corrected at times. Yeah, you can't have an issue with that. Don't take issue with being corrected, because it's gonna build you. Now, that don't mean you just, anytime somebody say something, that you just take it and accept it as being whatever, because that ain't the case either. Some people might think they know and they really don't. You will know those. You will know those. And that'll be based off of what your recollections are of life and experience and things of that nature. So there are some times when, you know, the truth may seem like it's dual, and that's because of perception. You know, it's not our job to tell them when their perception is wrong. It's also not our job to tell them that our perception is right. You speak that which you deem true, which is true, which is fact, and that's it. You don't have to fight for truth. Like, truth fight for itself. It'll take care of itself. So of course, you know, facts will do the same thing. You know, it's really it's nothing that can't be found out these days, right? So a lot of times you have individuals who just don't feel a desire enough to seek things out, because the answers are there, and sometimes you may find that there's more than one answer. You just gotta, figure out which one is which. Sometimes through trial and error, sometimes through prior knowledge, prior experience. You can compare. It's almost like taking a consensus. You just do it. And you figure out what is what. So yeah, it's just be mindful when you're speaking your piece, and within that dialogue, the individual on the receiving end interjects or whatever, and then when you start, listening to what they're saying, and you catch something that is extremely false, and you bring that up for correction, not for the sake of correcting them, but for the sake of correcting, what the truth, reestablishing what the facts and the truth is. They take offense to it, or they begin to again shut down and not want to hear anything you got to say, want to talk over. Okay, you're done. This conversation over. No problem.